We survived our second week and it went really well. So I was so surprised that the video from last week helped so many people. And so I was encouraged to make another one for this week. So again, I'm just gonna start at the top of my list. I have these really great printouts, if y'all are wondering what I'm using. This is from CC Connected, and there's one, a set that's for every week. So I just printed these, and I printed them on blue paper so I could see back and front. And so it's got the new grammar on one side, and then it has all the other stuff on the back and some place to take notes. It's just really super great. I'm not sure the username for that. So for math, again, this week I did the post-it notes. And so, but what I changed was I did different colors. And so for the 3s and the 4s, I did different colors, and I also put them a little closer together because the kids were having to run around the room really fast. And so we slowed that down. So you can just say it, and you can do it with a song, however you want to do that. And also, if you're a tutor and you're looking at this, I had to do the kids in groups of 2, like teams, because they do the 3s twice and then the 4s twice. So I just have 2 people wait at the beginning of the 3s and then do the 3s, and do the 3s, and then do the 4s, and then do the 4s. For prepositions, I really like that fun song, but for the kids to learn it, the song is kind of a reward after you've kind of worked to learn the information a little bit better. And so, we just did quiet to loud. So we just said it quiet, so then they have to listen at the beginning, and then loud they kind of get to shout, and it's fun. But I will be planning to use the song later. For history, we did some hand motions. So it was, so we already got up to 5, and then we're gonna do 6, not murder, 7, not commit adultery, 8, not steal, 9, not bear false witness against thy neighbor, and 10, not covet. That was what we did for history. We did not use the song. We just did the hand motions. For Latin noun cases, because we did the second week in a row, the same thing. The kids knew it a little bit better. We just kind of did like a chant, repeat after me, call and repeat, divide into 2 groups, and have a mom on each side because these are the obesitarians, they can't read. For timeline, we did the hand motions. So it was 7 wonders of the ancient world, patriarchs of Israel, Hittites and Canaanites, Cush, Assyrians, Babylonians, China Shang dynasty. So we did the timeline cards first, say and repeat, look at the timeline card, each kid hold up their timeline card and say it, and then we worked on the hand motions. Okay, for geography, let me see if my trivium is in here. So sometimes the stories for geography kind of just hit me in class, and so I'm glad. Sometimes I'm like, I just don't have anything, and then I'll come up with something for that. So for the Red Sea, for our campus presentation this week, it was talk about Old Testament Bible story. So we said that the Red Sea is kind of shaped like a staff for Moses' staff when he parted the Red Sea, and that this is Egypt. We'll learn that later, but that was the Red Sea, and we colored it red with dry erase marker. For Persian Gulf, that was the one that I had trouble with, but so I had them turn their map to the side, and I said, have y'all ever heard of a crazy cat lady? And they all said no, but we just went with it anyway. My daughter thought last week that this looked like a crazy lady with crazy hair. And so I said, well, this is the crazy cat lady. And what does a cat do when, it's really happy? It purrs. And so this is the Persian Gulf. So we colored the crazy cat lady's hair. And then we said that this was the Persian Gulf. So that's kind of a stretch, but it was funny. And if you say it a few times, it'll help them remember it. Caspian Sea is here, and it's shaped like a C, and it's a C, like an S-E-A-C. And so we had them make a C. They could do a big C, or they could do a little C here for the Caspian Sea. And for the Black Sea was up here. And so we learned the Mediterranean Sea as a flying duck with his beak here and his eye here. And so this was like a little black thundercloud, and we colored that black. And then for Babylon, let's see, Babylon. It's also kind of a stretch. It was hard to remember something for that. So it's on the Euphrates. So have you ever been a baby? And it's spelled Babylon, if you want to kind of like teach them how to spell it. And if you were a baby, you were babbling on the Euphrates, because you were a baby, you were babbling in Babylon. So it's kind of a stretch, but we figured something out. And this was my only like Pinteresty crafty thing that we used to do a glove for the 5 kingdoms, but now it's 6. So I just made this off of pictures. I just go to Google Images a lot. So, you know, I usually just use that for myself, but for class, I just put this together, and that's upside down, isn't it? So we made bracelets. So this is on cardstock, and so we just taped this together. And so it's Animalia, Plantae, Fungi, Protista, Archaea, and Bacteria. We had the kids just look at them and point to them, and then they had a bracelet that they could, you know, learn it. I was like, you're gonna wear this all the time and learn it because you're just gonna want to know it. Okay, so on the other side, now we'll get into the other things if you want to hear about how math and all the other stuff went. We had a little trouble with science today. I think I'm still adjusting to teaching the little kids. But so we did telegraph lines and belly up, and I kind of made the kid be the spider, and we tied our telegraph line, and then, you know, I would kind of make them close their eyes and ask what they thought was caught in the web, but they kind of had trouble knowing, so I think I just would tell them, okay, so now feel this. This is going to be a piece of grass, or this is going to be the little fly that the spider wants to eat, or this is going to be a scary bird. And so we learned about that. And then belly up with a fish. I think the whole idea of digestion and microbes was kind of lost, and they hadn't really seen a fish floating upside down. So it was kind of difficult for them. Normally I would have the kids draw on cardstock, just kind of take some little science experiment notes, but we didn't do that today because we were kind of running behind because I spent a lot of time on geography. For drawing, it was mirror images today, and I didn't bring a printout or anything like that, and so I just folded some cardstock in half and kind of like folded one in half and drew lines down everybody's paper with a crayon, and then I had them draw the different oils. Like I would say, man, I wish I would have brought my paper home because I drew one too. But we ended up drawing a face. So I said, put a dot here and a dot here, and then a curved line here and a curved line here. Oh, look, you drew a smiley face with mirror images. And then we went back and they were like, oh, if you put an earring on this side, put an earring on this side, and make it, you know, a mirror image. And they had a lot of fun with that. And we did do a warm up at the beginning with the dry erase boards just to help them say, ooh, draw me a curvy line, draw me an angled line. And that was a little bit rough, but they kind of got it. So they needed a little more help. I just kind of threw it out there, but they did get it with a little help. Okay, and for review game, we kind of divided them up, divided the time halfway because the little kids, they kind of get bored pretty easy. And so we did Play-Doh and beanbag toss again. So the kids would just kind of switch. And I actually had moms asking questions to the Play-Doh group, and I was working with the beanbag toss group. And so they kind of got double, you know, we're still just reviewing 2 weeks. And so they got it reviewed a lot of times. And, oh, one more thing is for presentation, what I'm actually recording on right now is this little like thing I got on Amazon that holds the phone. And so a lot of moms can't be in there for presentations, and so what I'm going to start doing is if they want me to do it on their phone, or if they want me to just send them the video, that I was able to do it just with my hand today, but next week I'm going to bring my little clipper thing so that so the kids aren't so anxious from me standing there trying to like video them, that they probably won't notice that it's even on or that they're being videoed. So we can kind of just compare it as we go, and so that they can see themselves present. That may be a good tool if the parent chooses to help them review their presentation with that. And so that's what I'm planning to do for next week. And I think that's it. Oh, one more thing on a personal note. I'm going to be making a checklist for my own kids, because even though I tell them on the Monday before Tuesday CC day to get everything 100% ready so we don't even have to think Tuesday mornings, we still just for some reason don't have everything ready in the morning. I don't know how that happens. So I'm going to be making a checklist so they can hopefully have all that together. So I hope this was helpful for some of the tutors and for the moms in my class. Thanks.